We are live. We're live, actually. We are. We're live in YouTube. Let me see. Everything is good here. Everything is good. I'm assuming. Everything is good, folks. We gotta play rapid games. We are, streaming live in YouTube the very first time in Lead Chefs. I mean, I'm everywhere at this point. Let's try 10 minutes here, and it's gonna be rough though. We have to do minus 11, minus 100, minus 11. Wow. All right. I'm streaming. Everything is good. I'm not sure if the board is correct. The board is correct. All right. Except I can't see the board myself. All right. All right. So we're gonna play b3. I mean, I actually want to play knight b3, but it's fine. I should be able to see my chat, I think. I think I could see it, hopefully. All right, bishop here. So typically, I want to play knight f3, though, because e5 seems to be an effective line against the Nimzo Larsen. So I play e3, something like here, and he's avoiding bishop b5, of course. We play d4, we play centralizing. So Nimzo Larsen is pretty good opening. I think I got a lot of questions about it. Why? I mean, you recommend the Nimzo Larsen? I mean, it depends on your level, right? I mean, but if you're already good enough, you could still play any opening. But the Nimzo Larsen is pretty good because it takes you away to all major lines. It's still theory though, but it takes a lot of the theory out of the window, pretty much. Out of the window. I don't know if anybody's seeing me, but I can't even see anything, to be honest. I can see the board. Everything looks good, though, but hopefully everything is okay. All right, so c3, just checking. I'm not sure about this move. He goes back here. He could castle, we castle. I mean, life is good, though. You could castles. We could even try to trade down more. Bishop e6, perhaps, developing your bishop in an easier way. Maybe knight g5 is a move. Maybe bishop d7. I think bishop d7 is more than enough. Maybe knight e5 is a move. But I may play things like this, knight d2. Things are good, though. Things are good. Everything looks good. Something here doesn't feel well. It doesn't feel like the right way. But anyways, here, I'm assuming he wants to play here rook e8. It makes a lot of sense here. Maybe bishop e6 anyway. This is actually the entire idea, is to play the rook e8. We could actually play here knight e3, or we could still play rook e1. I mean, this feels like some kind of a draw, I think. Here, perhaps. I mean, I might offer him a draw. The reason it's a draw, maybe, it's because there's not much going to happen. Maybe even here, rook e1. He doesn't want to take the draw. I mean, there are some people here, like, they feel like draw is like equivalent to losing. The reason I offer a draw is like we're gonna trade. Once you trade the rook on e8, then things are gonna be like limited pieces on the board without much happening. But sometimes you look at the rating difference. Like he's 2470 as equivalent to like he's stronger player, but you have to play the position. But anyways, we just play on. Not much he could do. I'm assuming it's all about rook e8. You could try b5. Some kind of moves like this. Want to play b4. It's nothing exceptional about it. I may even ignore it, maybe even here and b4, and I suppose it's not that big of a deal after like c4. Maybe still rook here, knight e5. I mean, maybe white has to be concerned that, you know, it's all about rook e1, knight e5. But he played g6, and this move doesn't feel like it makes a lot of sense. Maybe he wants to play queen h6. Queen h6, maybe. But we could play here, if here, and maybe even bishop c1. Like, maybe bishop f4 and g3, he takes. We're still gonna play here. This knight e5 maybe, but I have to be careful that this is under attack. Here is rook e8. I'm assuming here it's here. g3, he's still attacking here. That's maybe the what he's playing for. Maybe he wants the g5. All right, let's play this. Defending on d2, if I ever need to move the knight, so the knight is defended. The knight would be defended. Goes here. Here. Knight f4. All right, let's try this. He's gonna sack or something? I mean, let's take it. Let's take it. Maybe I could check my stream though. That's actually, oh, I could check it. Oh, nice. I could check it. Everything looks good though. Or maybe I should do it the other way around. Wanted to see if there's any problems, because it could easily be problems. All right, everything looks good though. Okay, everything looks good. I could see the move here, like on my browser. All right, we could exit from here. All right. Yeah, you could take on each three. That's gotta do this. All right, so he is going to take on h3, yeah, and then this situation is kind of interesting. So how many pieces do we have? So it's like 2 versus 2 minor pieces, like a knight and bishop versus a rook, but he still have some pawns. Now it's interesting. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to take. So it's going to be like a couple pawns for the minor pieces. He didn't take though. He's still, I mean, I have h4. A little bit surprising here. Maybe he wants to play here. I can't play this. He takes. Do we just play h4? Queen h5. This is still under attack. All right, we play h4. So I don't, defending the pawn, I pretty much. Maybe this allows bishop g4. I mean, not much to do. I mean, I would rather see some kind of a jump here, and it's not happening fast enough. All right, so he plays queen f4. Just defending, getting out of the way from the rook. He maybe wants to do this. Do we get the bishop on? So the bishop is not doing a damn thing for me in b2, which seems to be the biggest concern of all. The biggest concern is the bishop is not really doing much except sitting there. I guess maybe he could play bishop here. Yeah, that's one of the moves. Now, if I'm able to trade queens, which I don't think he will allow it, if let's say we go here, it's still not clear if he's actually better or anything. He still can have a couple pawns, but the real issue is the bishop on b2. It's not active. I mean, if I go here, it's passive. I'm not moving the knight. The queen is always on c1. So if I go here, check maybe, queen f2, queen g4, we just block. We just need some kind of a trade. And you don't take with the knight, maybe. You just take with the king. He maybe wants to go here. Maybe this is hanging, so we'll see how he handles this. Any kind of trade of queens, so the pressure with the queen, the heavy pieces near my king would be not a big issue, right? That's a good explanation to put it. He maybe wants to maintain the queen, so maybe he could always go back. I think maintaining the queen makes sense, unless he's able to take the queen, exchange the queen, and maybe win another pawn, which I don't see it right away. I mean, he might take and rook e3, but he's checked. I just go back. f2, I'm looking for trade of queens. I mean, if he repeats, I may just repeat back. Yeah, I mean, we just may repeat back. I don't know if he's still going to go for the draw. I mean, maybe rook e3. Oh, actually, rook e3 is not possible. I'm still attacking on f4. Still attacking f4. I think everything looks good for me. It took some time to check. Everything looks good now. Lichess has been really terrific. This specific, staff member here that he goes beyond and helping here, it's hard to imagine these people have evolved here. I mean, there's always good staff if you find them. I mean, even at chess.com, but it seems to be like my experience here, even including chess.com, are exceptional. This specific guy, he probably knows who he is. He goes beyond and helps. Like, he goes extra step to help. I mean, these people volunteer. They don't get paid. I know that much. And he just helped me all across. I mean, him and other people as well. Not only him, the approval to get this set up. I mean, this is the very first time I was able to set up my, my YouTube, some kind of integration. I don't know if that's the right word to if I stream here, it will be visible on, YouTube and also, even Twitch. So this is really nice stuff. They were able to really help, and that's really nice. So he plays queen h5. I guess now I could guarantee a trade. I don't understand queen h5, to be honest. It doesn't really escape the fact that I could trade queens. Now we could trade queens, and we may take with the pawn, which actually should be really good for me. You don't take with the knight, of course. You take with the pawn, so you could kind of stop all the advance. He could still do it, though. He may still do it. But that's kind of stopping. We call this like a kind of a freeze, right? On the pawns. So let's say king f2. I suppose knight takes. Knight e7. He wants to play here. The bishop still stinks on a b2. I cannot believe this. Like, it's been like this for the past 20 years. We need to do something about it. If bishop d3, knight f5, we may have to take this, maybe some knight e5 action here. Maybe the knight is better on e5. It may just have to move fast because I may just lose on time. Usually I play people, like today, just I'm playing, you know, tomorrow or maybe later today, we may have an arena. So you could catch me on the arena. I usually play people, but today maybe setting up the settings on might be distracted by some stuff. So for now, we are doing, you know, rapid games. We know with people close to my level, right? For now, for today. So I'm actually attacking here. I don't know if I could take. I don't want to give him this bishop like this. The bishop seems to be very active, but he's actually making some serious gains now. He wants to play here. I'm actually trying to play knight g4, knight f6. This may be a better knight on f6 then. So he's allowing it for some strange reasons. I could still play here though. He doesn't have time for this, knight f6. Maybe he wants to play here, rook e2, win the knight. Who's gonna allow that? So we play here. We now attack the rook. Not sure where it's gonna go. Here we just take on d5. So that's the achievement so far, right? But it's not clear that this is still winning or anything. That's not clear. Maybe take a knight e3. But there's always time. So time is issue, but at least we are grabbing a pawn. This is attackable. Does he have here? Takes. Maybe this is the best move. This c5 could be a concern, but maybe we could open up for the bishop finally, like c4. Yeah, I'm assuming he's gonna do this. Because if I take, he's just take the knight, g5 might be hanging. I mean, it's... We both are taking some risks here. Okay, he didn't do it, which is crazy. Okay, I play here. c6 is shocking move to me. So now c4 opening up for the bishop, right? The bishop that has been inactive for the last 30 years is finally active. So I actually have a trick here. I don't have to, if he takes, I maybe play d5 because you could see it now. The bishop now is a powerhouse, right? It was very inactive. And you could see that there's a pin on the king, so it's not that easy now. He cannot move it. The bishop is, you know, the king is, you know, obviously in trouble. So now we play here. The pawn is also passed. I cannot believe what I'm saying because this feels like I'm just winning, right? You know, close to winning now. Because he cannot play here, cannot play here. Bishop here. We play d6. The pawn is just moving forward. This is very strange play by my opponent. I mean, he had ways to counter all of this. He got my bishop activated from b2 to all the way to f6, which is shocking. You know, d5, it's pass pawn. It's another shock. He was not, you know, he could have took on g5, you know, in a different line. This is, you know, obviously, you know, you allow this kind of stuff with the minor pieces versus a rook like this. Usually the minor pieces prevails, right? So it doesn't matter how many pawns he has, right? So you cannot really push them because I could take. So now bishop f6. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we resign here because any kind of move is d6, d7 is coming, d8 is coming. It doesn't matter what this bishop is doing. Bishop f6 is also a very painful move because it's supporting d8 square, the promotion. This is rough. And he's also down on time, and I don't think he's a bullet player per se. He's not. 23, he's still able to play, but I'm closing into 28. So, not a great play by my opponent. He had much better play, and you know, I offer him a draw, but he never took it. Maybe he could play bishop d3, but it doesn't matter. I can still play d7, rook e2 here. He takes, we just promote. It's also mate. He also could imagine mate is coming. The king is on g8. He's trying to play rook e2. Maybe rook e2 and takes. We could still win a piece. He's just avoiding avoiding rook e2 as a whole in d7. He wanted to go here and take and oh wait, did I just under this? Not really, but he's stopping d7, but I have a way to still come across. Here d7 anyway. Yeah, that's just simply the loss. He actually slipped. He actually slipped. I have all the pieces in the world here. I don't think there's a stalemate. There's a pawn here, and you could take one. Cannot take more than that. I don't know what he's playing on, to be honest. I don't know what he's playing on. He's looking for a stalemate, of course. I have like 20,000 pieces left, so obviously I could risk. Wow, I'm still provisional. I mean, it's still he wants a rematch. We'll give him a rematch. I don't mind. It's fine. Let me check one thing though before we abort, and we need to abort here anything. So let me play e5 first. Just checking my window, just making sure everything is okay. All right, we have 9 viewers. That's good. It's a start. It's the start. All right, everything looks good. So I do play the Petrov. I mean, if I want to play a competitive game, I usually play the Petrov. Yeah, this one is interesting. Do I take? I don't remember that very well. Bishop c4. This may be a different opening now. It's okay. You could play here. Could have played here. So d6. I mean, there's h3, bishop g5, c3, knight c3. There's plenty of ways to play this. Here, I suppose. Okay, bishop e6. If he takes, that would be good for our center. I don't remember this line very well, but I was planning to play the Petrov, and now I'm getting hit by some kind of Rilopez. Or the Italian stuff. Who knows? Rilopez. Sometimes it could look alike, depending on the line. He takes, maybe bishop takes. There's actually d4. D play knight d2, knight f1. I mean, this feels like Rilopez kind of stuff. I mean, I used to play the Rilopez back in the days, but I haven't played it in years. Rilopez is it's very good opening. I mean, top tier opening perhaps, but it's a lot of studying. So the reason I play bishop here is I want to get my knight on e7. We could trade. I'm also stopping his knight g3, knight f5, so I could always take that way. He played here. We could try the same move again, but he doesn't have to take. He could play d4. I could play knight g6, so if he goes here, I might still go to f4, so it's kind of a trade-off. He might be going here, I'm going there. I suppose if he takes, is my pawn weak enough? I don't think so, we'll try it. I don't think it is, alright. We could play g6, I suppose, or is it too much? Weakening up on my king a little bit, but this stops knight f5. He may play d4. Could we play this? d4. We may try this. That's fine. We want him to take. I may as well pre-move this if he takes, which he can, which he did. So he's not waiting upon here. I saw g5, and this is getting really wild now. We're defending f4. The king is a bit exposed, but nothing too severe yet. How was my camera, though? Everything looks... My camera looks a little bit off, no? Something like this. Something like this looks better. All right, he played here. So you want to be careful doing this because this allows like a weak square. Knight f5, if you were to trade a pawn takes or even queen takes, you allow knight f5. This is a weak square around your king, especially when you expose your king like g5. You want to be careful about weak squares. I always tell people pawn push is really critical in chess. It may make you a better player knowing when to move the pawn and when not to. So I know when I play g5, this allows some weaknesses, but I could still defend the weaknesses. So for example, if I allow this, then it makes g5 like a pathetic move, right? Because this not just exposing my king, but it's allowing a major good squares around my king. It's not like it's 100% winning for white, but it's just going to be much more difficult for me to defend. So maybe I could even play here if he's going here as a stake. But this bishop scope is really good. I may not take, let him take. So maybe it's c5. So if he takes, it's take here. We're stopping this square. So if he goes here, I just take. There's not much choices. Not allowing this knight to get really active. Even though it's not doing much. So you don't take with the rook, that's going to be an exchange. You take with a pawn. Now, it's funny that the pawn is covering some key squares. You know, f5 is being under, my control. It's even here. So the pawn act as a way to stop. I mean, if ever the knight gets involved, like let's say the knight wants to get to f5, he's actually trying to get creative here, e5. I suppose I could take. Suppose I could take and I could still defend the pawn. I'm not sure about this pawn sacrifice, but we'll take it. I mean, I'm assuming here knight f3. Yeah, it's a nice move. I could still sack the pawn back. He has to take with the bishop, so if e4 takes. If he might take with the rook though. If e4 here, if he take with the wrong rook, is maybe knight takes. He's actually attacking here, so I have to be careful. Maybe I could have let him take because bishop d6, g f3. There's a check on the king. How critical is this move? I'm not sure yet. We can still defend the pawn. We could claim that this is really weakness, and he may still have this big jump. So maybe here, knight f3, bishop d6. I mean, this has to be... We're gonna give it a try. Right. Bishop d6. So now we are defending. He wants to attack it a couple times. Could we do this? Queen e4, king g7. So he doesn't have this. There's also here, but he may take everything. Takes and bishop takes. I wonder if I have to play this. We may just do this. That's fine. I'm not entirely sure, but he's defending now on d3, so now he's threatening to take. I wonder if he takes f3 is winning though, because there's one issue. Let's do it. If he goes for this, I actually figure out that this is actually f3. If he takes bishop, bishop takes the knight. There's actually a pin somehow. So maybe he's not able to take right away. Like, I don't know if you guys could see it. Like, takes f3. You're opening up the line for the bishop, right? So if he takes it with a pawn, that's... We could still play knight d7, but there must be some real d4 action going to happen. I mean, I may still do it, though, for... I'm assuming it's pawn takes. He cannot take with the queen. This is hanging. Alright, he has to do it. He has to take with the pawn. So the real question is what to do. Do I play knight d7, this forcing d4? Do I play here? If he takes, this is still going to be attack. I'm looking at knight jump. Maybe I could jump here, knight f4. Queen e4, knight f4. Knight here, knight f4 is really big deal for me, though. Because this defends e6 and also attack some pawns. Here he just plays d4. He's defending on e5, and he may just move his king next. I suppose if I go here, he goes here, I could take, because he might be threatening queen g6 check. You know, the knight's still defending the queen, and then my knight will be hanging. I just have to give it a go, though. I cannot sing too much here. If you do here, I just have to take. Or knight f4 still happening. Because this stops queen g6. Because I could still take, though. Takes here, knight f4. Alright, we're just gonna take. I believe this ending is... Oh, this is hanging. Alright, takes here. Maybe we could take on d3. But I think I kind of rushed it. Maybe I could slow down, like knight f4 first. And then maybe b6 or something. Or take on e5. I kind of rushed it. Because now you could take... And there's rook c7, which is the move I'm not like to see. He's up 2 pawns, technically, but I could still take one back. Take here. Assuming a check. I don't want to play here because there's bishop c2. Pinning. There was a pin against the king. So this is still not easy, though. We are still attacking this. I mean, this knight is better than the bishop, though. But the bishop could get really active if I'm not really careful. Like maybe here and start getting some issues here could happen. All right, we take. He's still gonna take a pawn at e7. So e6 is also weak. That's not. Maybe he comes on top. We'll see. But maybe my knight gets really active. I'm counting on my knight. I'm counting on my knight. I need that. All right. Do I play here? You have 2 pawns, right? But it's still... Ooh, what is happening here? But I have king here, rook e7. Maybe I could play here, rook f7. Maybe I missed this move. You cannot take on h6 is knight g4 check. Check with the rook, then you grab it. But the funny part is here, and then e6 is takeable. I mean, maybe even rook e7. The bishop is on it. But maybe I have some knight move check that could create some complications. In this kind of positions, you want to get, you know, maybe the king, the knight, the rook, you know, invading this king on h2. This kind of positions, maybe it's hard. I don't know if I like this move. The reason being is I could make maybe here, and then there's some major checks happening. I'm closing in somehow. So even if he's up to a couple pawns, this is still maybe dangerous. We'll see. I mean, maybe it's a draw or something. I could force a draw. But by the way, he takes... I could still take on here, or some kind of knight check. There's still... what I don't like about this position is actually the rook is... bishop is hitting d1. So I don't have rook d1. This is something that I noticed. This is maybe why I want to take on b2 and rook b1. This may allow it to check on the back rank, right? As opposed to rook d1, the bishop's still on the square, so it doesn't make sense. So I could give him a couple pawns here, even the e6, but I'm looking for kind of an attack against his king. But maybe it's not enough, though, because maybe he could get out of it, and then he could claim that he has like 20,000 pawns, and he's more than okay. So we take here. Again, he cannot take here. This is the same issue, knight g4 check. It's actually double check. And you move back, and then we take the rook. So now I go here. This is still very... I mean, he has to be careful what he's doing. Because now if he check here, I could actually play check, double check. And then I could still take on f3. There may be some mating ideas. Even though he has a couple pawns, he still have 2 pawns. But here, if he checks, this is going to be like 1 pawn. But this is not about pawns per se. This is about like how the pieces are getting really active. So he played here, but I was thinking here, maybe here, here. Here? Maybe I'm threatening mate. Knight h1. Knight h1 is actually mate, because the king cannot move backwards. But he's still checked, though. There's still a check. And I cannot block because the king moved. So I could have to play something like here. I cannot play here because the knight will be hanging, king takes. So I have to precisely play this. I'm still threatening this, by the way, knight h1. I mean, I'm assuming he see it. This is actually still mate, knight h1. The king cannot go back because of the rook. He cannot go in front because of the pawns, right? So that's interesting dynamic. He pushed the pawn, but this doesn't. Isn't this simply takes? Hold on a second. Check. I mean, I could win at least a rook. But he takes here. It may be getting a little bit complicated. I have to check here though, but he goes here, so maybe I have to go here. I'm gonna pre-move it. And that's actually what I meant. This is maybe complicated. H4, I think. I'm gonna offer him a draw, but he may decline it. I mean, I don't know why I'm offering a draw. I could still pull it off somehow. Maybe it's a draw anyway, but maybe h5 is an issue, and maybe the time could be an issue. Everything could be an issue. I could still blunder here, bishop c2 on the right. Issue. There might be an issue. Or he's declining it. This guy is just, you know, we could lose kind of guy. Maybe he knows what he's doing, but the last game he wasn't sure, so... If he plays here, it's maybe here and try to win g6 or h4. I don't know if he could handle this position. There's also rook c2 and he could take here. The pawns may be spread out in a way that he may not defend any of them. He may defend this one, but at the cost of like losing couple, right? So maybe it's even rook c2, defend this now. I had to be careful that not allowing bishop d3 because that's a check. So the king's sitting on f6 right now. I'm not sure if he's playing it perfectly. It feels like he's making some mistakes. Because now this pawn grab is serious. I think it's a draw, but I might be wrong. Might be wrong. It should be drawn. The only time that you may have to worry for black if the pawns start moving fast enough and he has 2 passed pawns spread in a certain way that you cannot... And he still have c3 maybe. And then maybe black has to worry. Maybe actually black could win in certain circumstances here. If I'm able to take most of the pawns, then h4 is takeable. And then we are having a different conversation where... And he's actually walking toward this. How about this? So now this is going to be really a pawn race. I mean, I think I could draw now easily, but the real question if I should push. Because this is going to be a pass pawn. And also g6 has to be defended. I mean, he's declining the draw and just he walks toward like potentially losing position. So I mean, he's looking at the clock every time, and sometimes you have to ignore it, considering that he's only like 2300, right? But anyways, we take what we have. We're gonna play. I mean, maybe this is next move. So even after a4. It's close to pre-move it, but maybe he could try to promote the pawn. I don't think it's easy. I may have to sack my rook for it, you know, and that's how you could draw. Doesn't look like it's easy position to play, considering that h5 it's a passer right now. It's just why he's allowing this, I have no idea. Maybe he had to be closer to the pawn, but he may be still the same idea. All right, he defend one pawn. We just check. We go here, we go in, we stopping this. Could we play here? Let's possibly draw now. Yeah. I take this. That's a crazy stuff by him. Okay, now it should be winning, I think, for me. It was a draw, clear draw, but now I could easily... I'm not sure about the H-pawn. This may be interesting. I think it's still winning. Problem is some checks. Gotta be precise. I just want to stop this move. Okay. So now we could check. He still find a way to check, okay. Okay, we push the pawn. That's a big issue for him. I mean, now it's winning, I believe. Some kind of mate. Now it's mate. He pushes the pawn, it's mate. I mean, I don't know what to say, though. I mean, I made my best to offer him a draw, and he's declining it. He's declining it. He's declining it. I mean, what else should I be doing? I did my job to draw the game, and I offer him a draw. All right, we could play somebody else. I mean, so I don't. It's a good question, but I don't like to have a higher rating like in Rapid. To be honest, I'm not a fan. I mean, that's maybe. I was talking about it the other day. Having high rating in Rapid is not that great. The reason being is you will not find a lot of games and also potential cheaters, right? So I mean, it's okay to draw games. I don't mind it. I mean, it's okay if you lost a couple games as well, but as long as you're not really intentionally throwing the games, so it's okay to draw. I don't mind that. And we're still playing 10 minutes, right? So sometimes I don't like to win like that. I mean, if it's a blitz games, it's okay. Bull game, blitz game, it's fine, but. In a rapid game, still 10 minutes, right? And you still have some time to recover. You're able to play, some moves. You still have some leverage on you, to save the position, as opposed to like 1 minute chess, right? It's everything is happening fast. So this is Nimzo Larsen E3. I mean, we just developed both bishops again. This is very safe opening. It's probably like very solid. So knight here, just developing. There's also maybe knight e5 at some point. Okay, b6 is interesting. Can we just play here? Bishop d7. I mean, typically, if he playing b6, he's going for this, but I feel like I have some tempo here. Knight e5, maybe it's rook c8, queen c7. It's okay. Bishop d6, f4. Maybe rook c1, c4, since I see the queen on c7. So the reason this may be a short stream is I just want to see everything is okay with streaming on YouTube, especially from Lead Chess end. So I'm used to chess.com, like streaming now on YouTube, but I mean, that was like last week. Was it 4 days ago? Not even a week now. But I do a couple streams sometimes a day, so I might be back later today. Who knows? Chances are maybe, not sure, but I just want to make sure everything is okay because I don't see everything properly in my screen. But it looks okay. I could manage. That's the reason why it could be like a short stream today. But all right, so I do have to take though. I don't think I have time to play here. But maybe you could go back. Who's this gonna take? Bishop takes. So we could play c4, and I'm not really enjoying this, but I could, you know, maybe this complicates the game. So if he takes, there's maybe potential I could take and the knight jump to c4. And somehow the bishop could get really active in some lines after he take on c5. So maybe I'm looking at some dynamic. I remember playing a lot of Nimzo Larsen in the past, and what I noticed sometimes my opponent will allow my bishop to get really active. That's like one of my games when I started here. I mean, the bishop was not inactive throughout the game, and it, well, you know, it got all the way to f6. Sometimes the Nimzo Larsen could really be troubling opening if you don't know what you're doing with the black side. Some opponents in the past, you allow the bishop to get really, really active. Like, I remember playing like rook f3 and rook h3 and queen h5 kind of attack, and I was able to like pull off nice wins because my opponent allowed the bishop to get really active on b2. And the reason is people doesn't know it very well because they don't see it coming. Like they feel like you're gonna play e4, d4, even maybe an English c4, but they're not prepared to see like b3 or knight f3, b3. And that makes it unique though, and it's oh, he's taking. That's interesting. He's taking. So I could take here, take here. I mean, assuming if I take here is knight d7, which makes it a little bit challenging to take that way because e5 could be... I'm still locking the bishop activity here. Do I take here? It's hard to say though. I mean, here you're also opening up for the rook. All right, I'm gonna take this way. I mean, opening up for the rook is also key, even though it's not like I'm like having a potential. You could see that when I was, what I'm saying, it seems to happen like 94. You could see that the bishop could maybe get active. I don't like 94 actually. I felt like maybe it's knight d7. So you don't have this kind of stuff. He could castle, I suppose. He still defend f7. The reason I don't like the 94 at all, like he may be looking at opposite call bishops, and maybe this is okay. He may probably thinking this is like I could draw that. The problem I don't like this so much is because maybe the bishop could still get really active. This queen g4. I mean, I do have to take. That's actually just to open up more lines. Now there's also d5. Like this may be the biggest concern of all. The reason if he takes, even if rook d8, you still play d6 or queen g4, trying to go for some weakness before you end up playing d6, or you take on e6. Maybe he forgot that this is potential move. Takes, rook d8. You could even play queen g4, and you could see that the bishop could connect at some point, which makes the Nimzo Larsen really interesting opening if this were to happen, right? Allowing everything to open up like this. Here is not the greatest because he could easily defend. You could allow this on rook d3, and he could still defend c5. But this one is more appealing. And I don't want to do this because it doesn't allow me to play here because he could take with the bishop, and then even though I could still play like opening up the dagger. Okay, we're gonna play here. No time to waste. May as well pre-move in the next move. Opposite call bishops is not always draws. If you're gonna attack the king, just like I'm trying to attack his king, then you could throw this argument away now. Like opposite call bishop doesn't always draw unless you're really going to an endgame. And, you know, end the game without any kind of attack. Even you could stack a pawn and you could still draw the game. But here, if you continue attacking, if there's an attack, right, against the king, it gives the potential attacker some chances to win, right? You could still draw and under circumstances depending on the position. Like this one maybe is starting to get really difficult. Okay, he could play here, which is okay. Now I have to play d6. There's no question. Maybe Castle Long is actually the only way he has to play. So he gets out of the king side and also attacking here. If I play here, he's which I actually could still play here. Maybe it's like h5. He cannot take here because there's a pin. But h5 is attack the queen. I could still go here. This is actually kind of interesting. This pin is like huge because he cannot go away from it easily. So if you go here and you go here, the bishop is under attack. So you grab the bishop, right? May I invite? We could invite. We should allow him to invite. That's fine though. Maybe queen h3, g5. He cannot play g5. The bishop is still under attack. So maybe d6. The only issue I'm having against d6, my bishop's still shut down. He could still play queen b7 and may argue that this is actually kind of a draw. All right, we're gonna play it. We should allow h5, provoking h5. I mean, I believe that d6, queen b7, it's black is okay. To be honest, I could still attack, but he may have some defense. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna happen. You cannot maybe do this. This is a little bit too much, but I can still do it though. Because f7 is weak. But this may be opposite color bishop, and then we may say, well, this may be a draw now, right? So it's here, takes, or here. Not sure if I should invite rook g8 though. But f7 is hanging. So f7 is actually key, but is it enough? Is it enough though? Is it enough? I mean, his choices are limited. I mean, we are between two moves. The reason I say that because the bishop is under attack. I don't think this is a move though. You could simply do here. Even though you're inviting this one, you cannot do this right away. Bishop c1. Yeah, who knows? No help though, but I know what you're trying to say, but no help. But yeah, it is still like, yeah, potential attack. But yeah, you're not specifically saying a move or two, but yeah, I know. This potential attack. If he goes here, wow. I may have to have a hard choice whether I take on g7 or just play d6. You may go back. Ooh. d6, queen d7. The bishop is still being shut down. May still attack on the queen side. The metrics. So this guy been to 4 years, which is good. I mean, my account is maybe new, but it's not. Like, one was a different account. I'm still Stellar Chessy all across. Wanted to claim that account. But I mean, they're here since 2019 or 18. So I've been here for a while. But you don't allow exchange of username, right? I mean, I asked him many times, could we change my username? I just want to hang on to my account. I don't like the idea of creating accounts. That's me, but he played here, but why I did never consider this move being effective? Because I could take here. I don't understand this move. Because I could take here, and if he takes... There's also rook takes. What is going on here? Takes. e6. I mean, this is actually inviting e6. There's a check. This queen takes e4. It's actually It's actually, most of them are really good though. But maybe taking on e4, it's interesting. I don't know. Maybe I want to keep his bishop shut down. Like maybe this pawn at e4, it's already doubled. So maybe just taking on here makes sense. And then we could, bring we could take on g7. I don't know what is this bishop d7 is all about. Like it doesn't even make sense. He doesn't have like a way to, I mean, he doesn't have pawn ticks after that, which is crazy. We're gonna take this way. And again, pawn takes is e6. And this is actually game over. Because he cannot take. You could argue that, can I just take this check? We just take the queen with check. Actually, did I say queen takes e6? Because I actually, this check here right away. Just take the queen. And we are still attacking e4. I mean, I don't understand this move at all. Bishop d7 doesn't add up very well to be... but we are actually threatening pawn takes as well. Like, pawn takes is still the same issue. I mean, maybe he has to play here. He resigned. Yeah, I don't know what the idea is. I mean, this is... If we give it to the computer, I think this is already lost, perhaps. It's +4, man. I mean, this is... it's +4 here. And I think it was difficult. It's +2 here, yeah. That's the computer wants h5, so my move is still very good. And then you could take on g7. You don't have to play here. And let's say you play rook here. You still take on. You could still play queen h7. You just want to take this way, perhaps. What happens here? You just take on queen takes. Even something like this is still losing. You probably have e6. It's not a draw by any means. So even this position is lost. I guess the real situation now is knight e4 is really bad. I think it's knight d7. I'm still better though after knight d7 because I could still take. I was preparing takes, and let's say here, and then you do have e4. This is actually very good for white. Very good for white. Yeah, the computer has no mercy here. Yeah, it's +4. Like, it's +4 here. +4, was it +4? +3 here, actually. +3 here, which is actually heavy, right? You consider that this is okay. I was looking, d6 is not really a good move, right? I'm still winning somehow. Queen e7. And then maybe b4, yeah, just like you said. Just attack on the queen side. But I felt like he could hold this somehow, because I've seen some weird stuff happening with the opposite color bishops, where even when you attack some wacky defense, and if you're playing the wrong moves here, you could still allow some kind of a defense. Your bishop's still being shut down, so I felt like I'm still not making gains here. But this is actually still winning, of course. All right, good games, good games. We did well, though. We are above... Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm a fan of having high rating, to be honest. I could have a high rating in both chess, blitz games, but having high rating in rapid, I would probably take high rating in classical, right? But classical rating, it could go up. That's good. But in rapid, it's actually a kind of an issue. Just like for the reasons I mentioned, cheating and not enough games. I remember like waiting when I was 24.85 at chess.com. I had to wait for like half an hour because I did like -50 and I couldn't find any 2400s online. It was late at night, I guess. So I had to do like -100, -150 just to find opponents. And the next thing you know is potential cheaters. And, I lost some, to be honest. I lost some. It was a fair opponents, and then the rest was just kind of crazy. So having a higher rating at rapid is not good enough. I'm just doing for learning purposes, nothing else. Just explaining the moves as I go along, so that should be achievable, for people to learn. I get this request all the time, like explain the moves as you go along, even if I'm gonna lose on time. Just even if I'm gonna lose on time, which I get close. I mean, losing on time a couple times or a lot of times, but we're able to manage. So we're gonna stop here. I know it's a short stream. Usually I go for like about an hour, but I just want to see everything is working together. Like everything is, I think everything is okay. How is my audio, by the way? I mean, how is audio? Is audio is good? The video is good? Because I cannot see anything from my end. I cannot see. Everything is good. I cannot see. It's fine. Okay, that's good. It's good to hear. All right, we're gonna be back later, maybe later, and if I came back later, it's gonna be on Twitch. It's good. All right. Yo, Keegan, how's it going, man? How's it going? You're here. You're here. The audio is good. All right, now everybody's jumping in. All right, that's good. That's good to hear. Because I couldn't find a way to test. I mean, I was like, just checking to see. But it's good to hear. Good to know. All right, Tech World, thank you. Keegan, thank you. Everybody here. I'm gonna be back trialing maybe later today, and if I'm gonna be back just on Twitch, it's gonna be more like Blitz games, not like Rapid. We're probably gonna do puzzles. We're doing Puzzle Rush on chess.com. I mean, I think I'm on 64 right now. 64, which is not that bad. If not, there's a good chance I may not be back. It's going to be tomorrow. I try to stream every single day. It's a combination of on Lead Chess and also on chess.com. So I do both sites now. Maybe I could do like 4 sites. Who knows? But for now, we're doing 2 sites. All right. We need to get going. I wish everybody good evening or good morning. Sometimes people watch me from Europe now. One of my good viewers is on Europe, so obviously it's late there now. But we'll try to be back. We'll try to be back later. Tomorrow, if not, it's tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the stream, and we'll be back. I'll see you guys later. See you guys later. Take care. Thank you for tuning in.